Okay, here we go. So here we are on the 15th of May 2013, and I've got a very special person here who set up a special organisation. So would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Bill Hetherington, and I'm a member of the Right to Refuse to Kill group, which arranged the installation of the Conscience Objectors commemorative stone in Tavistock Square, Bloomsbury. It was unveiled on the 15th of May, International Conscience Objectors Day, 15th of May 1994, by Sir Michael Tippett, who was himself a conscience objector in the Second World War and was imprisoned for 3 months in Burma scrubs. Each year we hold a ceremony at the stone to commemorate conscience objectors all around the world and in every age. And today we have laid 80 flowers as representative CEOs from 80 countries.
I'll show you the flowers. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. And you do this every year, do you?
Yes, every year on the 15th of May.
And how many people do you think are gathering today around the world? Do you think there's quite a few?
Oh yes, there will be in various countries, there will be various kinds of actions or commemorations going on, ranging from vigils, and maybe in some countries where there is currently conscription, there may be CEOs, currently CEOs identifying themselves. There are sometimes demonstrations outside prisons where CEOs are being held, or at places where they are being court-martialed or tried, and maybe even sometimes sit-ins in offices. Various things happen according to what is going on in the country and how many people are involved, but the idea is to commemorate the CEOs on this particular day, where one can and by whatever means are appropriate in the particular country.
Because there was one lady I met last year, and she said it was very difficult for you to promote this event in the War Museum, in the press, because of the sort of, even Stop the War was saying this, that there's a big promotion on continuing to arms trade and continue to send boys off to various places, and they haven't actually really made it very easy for you or us around the world to promote peace or promote conscientious objection.
Oh, indeed, and certainly in that sense, I don't know that there's any kind of warning sent out by governments. I'm not that kind of conspiracy theorist to there's an active movement to suppress, but certainly anybody who is asked from that kind of view tends to dismiss it, and the press very rarely get interested. They have occasionally been interested.
Only the peace press, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know my friend in Israel was a refusenik, and he had to conscientiously object through proving he was mentally unstable, and he had to then go through 4 years psychology, and then he was allowed to cook or be a nurse. So I think all around the world where you have to go to the army. I was in Clapham the other day and I met some Spanish conscientious objectors, and they all ran away to London. To, you know, some of them also were dealing with the, you know, the sexuality that, you know, some of them preferred to so there was, you know, gender on, war on, so there was a lot of things where the system seems to still rather punish young men.
Oh, indeed.
And force them into the army, into the police. And if they don't, you know, they're, you know, it's very difficult for them, isn't it? So it's been quite worrying with the new government that people say there's a lot more mercenaries, which are hidden because they're plain clothes. So in all their demonstrations against government, they've been saying there's quite a few mercenaries being paid quite a lot of money.
Yes, I don't know about that. I mean, one thing that has happened is that the conscription has now been abolished in Spain.
It has, yeah.
Oh, it has. And one contributing factor to it was the significant number of young men who did refuse.
Yeah, they said they must be about 38, 40. So yeah, that would have been about 25 years ago.
Oh yes, indeed.
But they worked very hard. They said there was that whole era really objected.
Oh indeed.
But what worries mums today is that there's not enough conscientious objection.
No.
So, have you got any ideas how to promote this event? Well, this is why we're making this little YouTube. So.
Oh indeed, yes. I mean,
it's a wonderful place, isn't it? Look, there's Gandhi down there. It's Tavistock Square.
Yeah.
And in fact, that's where the quite extraordinarily, that's where the bus
bus bombing
bombing
7/7 in 2005.
So,
indeed. I mean, that's pure coincidence.
Isn't that pure coincidence? But the fact is, he died in front of the conscientious objection stone, which is very spiritual in a way, isn't it?
You know, when it came to a memorial for those 52 who died, the initial suggestion was to actually have the memorial here, but as you may know, they decided in the end they wanted something more ambitious. They've got...
Oh, it's in Regent's Park, isn't it?
Yes, and as you say, I think the reason is it's rather an ambitious memorial. It's actually 52 steel pillars, and which are spread over an area. I haven't seen it myself. I've seen a photograph of it.
No, I've seen it in Regent's Park.
There is a room here big enough.
Well, it might be nice to have a little fountain, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Here, you know, there's room there, isn't there, to put in a fountain with dolphins
but I mean, as
or
I say,
something.
that's what they chose, and there wasn't room here, so that's why it's in Regent's Park. But
so do you have a website we could find you? Is it www.conscientiousobjection?
No, it's RRK rrkpuk.net. There's also the PPU website, which is...
so your actual organisation is called...
the one that the group that does the stone, it's a little ad hoc group, but my organisation that I represent on the RRK working group is the Peace Pledge Union, and that's ppu.org.uk.
Okay. So if anybody's watching this, they can Google Peace Pledge Union.
That's right.
Also, if they're in London, they can come here and actually find this stone.
Oh, indeed.
Which is there all the time.
Oh, indeed. Yes, the stone is there all the time.
And so, thank you very much for seeing me.
Yeah.
And there's some lovely flowers here.
Yeah.
And peace to everybody on earth.
Yeah.
And to all those in prison who want to come out. I know that Michael Moore said that a lot of the guys that were in Iraq and Afghanistan actually want to conscientiously object, and they're not allowed to because of their conscript, so they have to wait till that finishes. So
indeed.
So that's been very complicated for the young boys in Plymouth, Manchester, Liverpool, and across America, France. And now the French guys that have been drawn into it, I think they've been very upset about Mali and Algeria. And
indeed.
So I think that young men should conscientiously object. I think that's what we need, isn't it? So, do you think you could ever get Harry to conscientiously object? I mean, if he conscientiously objected, that would be a very radical moment in history, wouldn't it? So we'll try and send him this video. Anyway, I'm Mama Purple, filming for Peace and Transformation on Conscientious Objection Day at Tavistock Square 2013. Thank you very much.